where we give you the best coverage of Mississippi State and LSU and all around the sports world. My co-host Dylan Perdomo.
Mhm.
Uh, so Dylan, what a weekend of college football.
It was a very interesting weekend, I will say. Very, very interesting weekend.
Yes, it was, and a lot of fun games to watch. Um, so let's get started. We'll start with Colorado first. Uh,
Oh, Lordy, I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. Y'all said Dion can't be beat. He can. He
yeah,
can be.
let me be honest here. Colorado's not good. They're it's just a bottom line. They beat TCU. Um, they were Colorado was an underdog in that game by 21 points, but other than that, they really haven't played a really good team. You know, besides this past weekend against Oregon, and man, they just got blown out.
I mean, just straight bullied this weekend, and I mean, quarterback Sanders just. I mean, he just ate got ate up in that game. But there could have been. I mean, I think it could have been a better game, but when you're in this situation against, we have always known that Oregon is a great team.
They
They've
are.
always high, intense, top, fast-paced team. So I expected Oregon to put a good win off of Colorado, but yeah, not a beatdown like that. I was expecting better.
Yeah. So, um, for a while they were on the Dion hype train, just hyping him up. But after the loss to Oregon, I think that's fallen off a little bit, just a bit.
Mm-hmm.
So so I mean they have a really tough schedule. They play USC this weekend. That's going to probably be another loss. So I just don't see a good future ahead for them. Um. Okay. So LSU, they survived Arkansas barely by a field goal. Uh, LSU couldn't get the offense rolling to start the game. Arkansas went up by a couple field goals, but as time went on, Jaden Daniels found his rhythm, and they started to score. And it was, I thought it was going to go to overtime, but what you see in that game?
I did see a lot of mistakes LSU made. They made mistakes. Not just there was a lot of minor mistakes we made, but there was a lot of major mistakes. But here's the good thing about LSU: a lot of their mistakes they make in the game, they're fixable. They're fixable mistakes, but we make a lot of it over and over and over, and that what hurts LSU in a lot of games is when those same mistakes keep building up, and then once those minor mistakes keep happening, then it becomes a major mistake, and then more major mistakes you made, then it costs you the ball game. So, but yeah, I think we did very well in the second half adjusting to the mistakes. I wish we could have defensively. We should have played a lot better because we're a better defensive team than that. I
Yeah,
mean, there's no excuse for. I'm just gonna say there's no excuse at all to for the score to be the way it was. You have to expect it in conference play like that because yes, Arkansas, they've always played a great game against LSU, so I expected that. But still, in the LSU standpoint of how we've been the last couple of weeks, there's no excuse for the performance we gave. But all in all, I am happy that we got a win. The Golden Boot stays home in Baton Rouge. That is good. So,
yeah.
and I'm ready. I'm ready for this weekend against Ole Miss. I think it's going to be
Hey,
another highly anticipated game, and I hope we can keep the Magnolia Trophy in Baton Rouge.
Amen. And the LSU Arkansas. It's been a rival for a long time. They have something to play for. The golden, you said the golden boot. How does it feel just to keep the golden boot in Baton Rouge?
It's just like winning. It's just like keeping a champ. It's like having a trophy that you won last year, and basically you're just winning that trophy again and getting a copy of it. I mean, we
Yeah,
just got it back, got it last year, and then we
it,
turn it around, keep and left it at home. So
yeah,
I'm really happy that we got to keep the golden boot because that is for LSU in a great rivalry like Arkansas. So the way we ended the game with a was what we needed. So I'm
it,
very proud of how we
it's like
won this past weekend. But again, we could have been better.
yeah,
Oh, we could have been a whole lot better. But I'm
a
not
win,
gonna bring
a
the
win's a
mood
win.
down. I'm not gonna.
Yeah,
Yeah, you said it. Well, wins and wins. So I'm not going to tear up the celebration. Like we won. We're going to celebrate it, and then we got a
we'll,
game
we'll,
coming up
we'll we'll
Saturday.
get to
So
that
we
game
got
in
to
a
get ready.
minute. KJ Jefferson, he's a stud. You know,
Really,
he's a
really
really
good.
good quarterback, and he made some pretty good passes. And I felt like
Oh, very
I felt
good.
like LSU's defense could have covered that a little bit better, and contained Jaden Daniels. But when, like you said, a win's a win, and LSU's 4-1. Looking to to Ole Miss, and we'll get that game.
Did
But
you say 4-1, Cubby?
3-1,
Yeah,
three,
we're 1.
three.
Don't jinx this weekend now. Don't jinx it yet. Like
Sorry, 3-1. My bad. All
three
right,
and
so
one.
this is a game that I don't want to talk about.
Let me guess,
You,
Mississippi State.
you know, another loss in the column. I don't. They really have found their identity of who they are, and the defense just wasn't there. They didn't show up. Sometime, some point they did in the game, but often than not, they didn't. They wasn't there. I mean, the offense were clicking. Will Rogers had 487 passing yards, one touchdown. I mean, he came to show up, but the defensive game plan, it just wasn't there last Saturday night. But
I didn't watch the game, but I did check out the highlights of the game. Yeah, there was a lot State needs to work on.
yeah,
But again, we're on. It's still early in the season, so we still got plenty of time to.
yeah,
Y'all got plenty of time to catch up.
yeah. I mean, a big test this weekend against Alabama.
Very big test. That
You
is
know,
going to be a very big test,
I don't.
especially after Alabama coming off a win against Ole Miss, which I'm sure that's what we're probably just going to get to. I bet. I guess. And
I don't know really how to feel about that game. We haven't beat Alabama since 2007. That's been
ooh,
15 years ago. Uh,
long time.
but hey, if I think they're gonna fix their mistakes from Saturday, and hopefully have a packed crowd, and hopefully be able to show up. But yeah, you're right. Alabama, Ole Miss. Ole Miss was winning at halftime. Um, Alabama's offense didn't perform in the first half. But the defense can a
Disappointing.
defense can the defense
This.
carry the team? There's some problems with the offense.
Mhm.
Offensive line is complete. They're not good to protect the quarterback, but the defense basically won them the game Saturday night.
Yeah, Alabama's defense really stepped up a good bit this week. So I was glad is all about. You got to play defense. I mean, it's deep. No, I mean, yes, offense does real win in the game. So it was good to watch. It was good to see Alabama put a good win off of Ole Miss, but also I really do, and also I really do. I expected Ole Miss to play a whole lot better, especially like you said, they were up very early, and I mean they couldn't execute off of them being ahead.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Yeah, that was not the game that you and me we predicted was going
Well,
to win and how it was going to
we'll
go.
we'll
But
um we'll get we'll get we'll get to the our prediction from last week, and we'll predict this coming up weekend. And actually, you went a perfect 8-0. Congratulations. So yeah,
I think that's the first time in any of our groups that we've had that someone's went
yeah.
undefeated
You
record.
did amazing. Notre Dame and Ohio State was probably the game of the week. You know, it looked like Notre
No doubt.
Dame was about to upset Ohio State, but you know, don't never count out Ohio State now.
Oh, never the Buckeyes. I said it. You can't never count out the Buckeyes.
No, you
But I will give Notre Dame props. They did play a very good game. But Ohio State, like we've always talked about, it's whoever wanted it more. And judging by that, Ohio State went scoring with 3 seconds left in the ball game. I mean, it shows who they wanted it more.
yeah.
It shows.
We'll get into last week picks. So Florida State, Clemson. That was a very entertaining game.
Was very entertaining. It was very
Um,
entertaining.
I feel like Florida State. I feel like Florida State did play to their potential that they could have played. But Clemson, not that good of a team, but they kept it close against Florida State. So we both picked Florida State. We're both 1-0. We picked Ohio State over Notre Dame, 2-0.
Mm-hmm.
Oregon over Colorado, 3-0. LSU over Arkansas, Alabama over Ole Miss. Um, then you picked South Carolina. I picked Mississippi State. That's the game that really defines our record. So
Mm-hmm.
that's tough. But all right, now some good games this week, man. I feel like this could really break break the ice. Uh, so all right, so you got we'll get to LSU and Mississippi State in a second, but Notre Dame and Duke, man, both very good teams. Duke's undefeated. Notre Dame only have one loss. Um, this is a very entertaining game, but I'm gonna have to go with Duke. Um,
Oh,
I, I,
you already upset, ain't you?
yeah, it's an upset, 17 and 11, but it's at Duke, so they have a gonna have a hostile environment. Notre Dame is probably gonna come out and attack early. But I got Duke. Who you got?
Ooh, it's a tough one. Like, part of me says I want Duke to win because it is at Duke, but I don't. I'm gonna have to go with the Fighting Irish. I think
Oh,
I'm really say Notre Dame is probably gonna win because with them getting beat like that against Ohio State, I think they're gonna want. They're gonna be heated and they're gonna they're going to be wanting to get their potential is going to be want to win this one very very good. So I'm going to give it to Notre Dame on this one.
all right. So, South Carolina, Tennessee. This is not. This is probably going to be a 30-point touchdown favorite. Um, Spencer Rattler, he showed himself that he's at the top of the SEC in quarterbacks. But I gotta go with the Volunteers. I feel like Joe Milton, he's he's a really good quarterback, and I think they're going to come out and explode against these Gamecocks.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna.
All right, so LSU at Ole Miss. We already know who we're picking. Ole Miss is they're worth nothing. But so LSU is a let's see, they don't have a oh, it's a 3-point favorite. LSU's winning by 3. Supposed to win by 3. I think they're gonna beat the spread. 14-21 points LSU.
I get well, Kobe. You know me. It's a no
Yeah,
brainer
no
right there.
brainer.
Who I'm picking.
Yeah.
It's no, like we see being asked, but to make it official, I say LSU. We're gonna beat them. I think LSU will win this weekend, but I'm gonna say it may be a little close.
I feel
Maybe
like it's gonna be a little close too.
looking at a 14-point game.
Yeah.
Really close.
Utah at Oregon State. Now,
Ooh.
this is probably the one for the ages here. They're both ranked. Oregon State did get beat last week against Washington State, but I'm gonna have to go with Utah. Um, I feel like Utah is a little bit better.
Ooh wee.
Who
I got
you got?
that.
Hold
I'm gonna go Utah on this one.
you got Utah.
Yep, I got Utah.
All right. So, Mississippi State, Alabama.
Woo!
I don't even want to pick this game. You already know how it's gonna go. But
Yeah,
since
I,
since
I
I'm a
for
since
you.
I'm a Mississippi State fan, I'm gonna have to go with Mississippi State, obviously.
Ooh.
But Alabama is just gonna kill them.
But you're
You
still
know,
gonna say state, ain't you?
I'm gonna have to go with State. You know, it's not the line is not that bad. 14 and a half. So Mississippi State. I hope they win, but I don't see it. So you probably got Alabama, don't you?
You're making me choose between your favorite team and then a favorite team of, I guess you can say, some relatives of yours. I guess you can say, but I'm sorry, Kobe, but I'm gonna have to say, roll tide. Alabama is gonna win.
Yeah, man, that's okay.
Alabama's gonna win, but but I'm gonna help you out. I'm gonna give State some hope. Very close. Very close. I'm gonna
Yeah,
give you some hope. Very
yeah,
close.
that's
That
that's
Alabama.
right there now. So we probably this game we probably know who's gonna win, and we probably even don't have to pick it, but it's just for college football. But USC Colorado.
USC versus Colorado. Ooh, Lordy,
It's that
Kobe, you better get a good one.
it's that Colorado. So
Mm.
but I feel like USC is a whole lot better.
Ooh, so you got USC.
I got USC.
Give it to me. USC.
All right, so one more, and we'll be done with this. So Florida, Kentucky. Uh, I
Ooh,
don't,
back
I
blue,
don't,
back to blue. I like that one.
I don't see. I don't know. Florida, they surprised people this year so far, beating Tennessee, but I gotta go with the Big Blue, Kentucky.
Woo! Ooh, I don't know. This one is a coin flip for me, but it's a big coin flip for me. But I guess for it, I'm gonna go with you on this one. I think Kentucky's got this one too.
All right, so that's gonna be the week 5. Excuse me, it's going by fast, but the week 5 slate. I think there's gonna be a lot of good ones, maybe some potential upsets, and hopefully they improve. But so speaking Gulf Coast. They're I think 3-0, 2-0, 3-0.
3-0 now.
They have a big game against East Mississippi this Thursday at East Mississippi. Um, we may we can pick that game if we want to.
Well, I wouldn't consider it as a pick, but I guess you and me, we already know who we're gonna pick to win that.
Oh yeah, it's not even a pick. I mean, we're cheering for Crosby and Matt. So Gulf Coast here, but yeah. So I feel. I mean, this is a really interesting podcast. It's going to continue to get better. You know, covering covering LSU and Mississippi State, and hopefully LSU, Mississippi State. Hopefully they can get a win so we can talk good about them next week. So who knows? Um, and Tiger Stadium, it was packed. It
It was very packed, loud crowd too, especially when it got to the point where LSU was winning. Yes, a very rowdy crowd in Tiger Stadiums, and like I said, I was proud of the win. Like I said, we could have been better, but a
uh,
win's a win. So it it's still
oh
Tigers in
yeah,
this
but
one.
so anyways, Dave, that's gonna be it for this podcast, man. Uh, uh,
Listen, listen, I appreciate you having me. Like this
you,
is this is fun. Like we've always been doing this for years and years,
yeah,
and because of I guess how Coach Mangum used to call it inconvenience. Now it's hard to do stuff like this, but it's really good. I'm glad that we get the opportunity to do stuff
yeah.
like this and keep it on, especially like this way. This is a good way
Oh
to
yeah,
do it.
man. It's gonna continue to get better, and hopefully we have something to look forward to next week at Mississippi State and LSU. But thank you for your time, Big D. Hope you have a good night, and I'll see you next week, man.
Yes, sir. I'll see you next week, and always remember, go Tigers.
Go Tigers. See ya.
See ya.